Hey guys, welcome to Ending Calls Productions, and I'm just bringing you some of the latest news on the on the iPhone 5, as it's called. Now I found out these images of the iPhone 5. These images are found on several websites, and probably these are legit images, and they look very close to the final design of the iPhone 4S, and they're basically summing up whatever the rumors we had over the last few uh, weeks or maybe even months. So I'll just open up each of the images and just talk about them a bit. Now the first image here, I'll probably show you, yeah, the front screen. Now what we can see from the screen is we can't really make out what the screen size is from this angle of the camera, but we can make out that the power button will be located at probably a similar location to what it was on the iPhone 4S. Um, it's located on the top right hand corner. Um, the speaker grill seems to be unchanged, but however, one change that we do notice is that the stainless steel band around the iPhone 4S has now been changed into a more black colored band. This might still be a stainless steel but brushed with a black or maybe titanium brushed with black color onto it. Um, so I'm not really sure what the material is, but it's not silver as it was on the iPhone 4S. It's changed to black, and I think it looks much better than what it did in the past. Um, we'll move on to the next picture now. Here you can get sidewards as well as back view of the iPhone 5. Now the back has remained very unchanged, yet it's changed a bit. Not it's remained similar to what was in the iPhone 4S. However, what has changed is I think the glass back has been replaced by a more matte finished, maybe a plastic or polycarbonate back in the center, while as the top and bottom, if you can see, is still made out of glass, I think. This is what I can make out of the pictures. The camera is still in a very similar location to what it was on the iPhone 4S, and the camera is also accompanied by LED flash. And in my opinion, the camera on the iPhone 5 looks a bit bigger than it did on the iPhone 4S. So that's one change, and other changes, as you can see again, the antenna remains, I think the break between the antenna remains unchanged. Your volume buttons have remained in a very similar position as well, and your mute toggle buttons also very similar to what was on the iPhone 4S. You can't really make out the screen size from these images, but the speculations are it's anything between a 3.9 or a 4.01 inch screen. Um, so the back has been replaced mainly by, I think, a plastic or a polycarbonate, which looks to be a matte finished, which is pretty good, as the back of the iPhone 4S used to get scratched up pretty easily. So that is one good thing they have done in the iPhone 5. So let's move on to the next image, and this shows you the bottom, which is basically pretty different than what it was on the iPhone 4S. The 30-pin proprietary connecting port for the iPhone 4 has been replaced by a 10-pin port, I think. So it's a bit of a bummer for iPhone users, because now all their 30-pin connectors will be rendered useless when it comes to the new iPhone 5. You can also see that you have these several holes there. I think that's mainly the speaker grill or the loudspeaker, which is also a pretty nice location. I wouldn't say it's bad, but if maybe we put on a silicone case or TPU case on this phone, there have to be a cutout for these, otherwise the case might block off the loudspeaker. And your 3.5mm headphone jacks also found on the lower part of the phone. I preferred it to be on the top part as it was on the iPhone 4S, but it's not much of a difference. So you also notice the bottom of the back, which is made out of glass here. I think it's glass. I'm not sure. It looks to be like a glossy. It can be either a glossy plastic or a glossy polycarbonate finish, or maybe a glass as on the iPhone 4S. And it has a totally blackish look. to it, which I pretty much like as compared to the iPhone 4S. Hopefully they'll get a white one soon as well. So it's pretty interesting to know how they look like finally. Um, so let's move on to the last image, and here you can see the cameras. On a camera, the LED flash, and I think a noise cancellation microphone, and lastly the power button. And here also you see a band of either glossy plastic or polycarbonate on the top of the back of the phone. And you have your Apple logo as usual, which is also in black, and your details about your iPhone just below that. So these were the images that I picked up on several sites and thought they were pretty legitimate. So I thought I'd share them with you. So thanks guys for watching. This is ending call. Peace out.